Hello, my dear friends. Today we're talking about creativity and clutter. Creativity comes in many colors. That can be, artistic creativity. It can be social creativity. It can be work creativity. But all of this creativity that we crave and love to do can surprise us by how much time it saps from us and how much clutter springs forth from that barren land of no us, okay? So, today we're going to talk about controlling our creativity. Creativity is great. We need to be creative, but we want to control that creativity. Know that creativity is a pleasant thing to do. And so when we get to do that, It gets to be, it's a reward instead of a need in our day. Of course, we need to be creative, especially if it's work related, but it's very easy to get involved in such a way that all of our personal time is sucked away, or all of our home time is sucked away for work. If we are getting involved so much in just personal creativity, crocheting or painting or writing or whatever it is we do that's creative in that way. Also, if we don't set a hard stop, we're going to find that our day is just evaporated into this creativity, which is so much fun, but it's going to lead to not so much fun. When you're done with your creativity and the mess that you created with that creativity, then you have to go face the rest of the house. If you've ignored your family, if you haven't done your clutter stops, if you haven't fed people, you're going to have an issue. If you haven't done the things that you're supposed to do, if you haven't followed your routine, if you haven't done your clutter stops, if you haven't done your zone, if you haven't done your basic weekly plan. So, I want you to be mindful about your creativity. And I even included social creativity in there. Social creativity is creating things with other people. Perhaps you're creating a Bible study. Perhaps you're creating a party. I mean, it could be anything that you're creating with other people. That's social creativity. So again, you have to be mindful. So I'd like you to look at your day, take your planner, look at your day, look at your week, and say, okay, I want to do this, or I've committed that I would do this for this many hours. And then you look at your planner and you say, when do I have this many hours? It's always a good idea before you commit that you look at your planner and say, let me look at my week and get back with you. I'd love to do that. Let me look at my week and get back with you. So you look at your week and you say, okay, I have 2 hours on Thursday in the afternoon where I could totally get away. And that's about it on this whole week. So that's when I'm going to be able to do 2 hours. So you call your people back and you say, hey, I have 2 hours on Thursday that I could commit, but that's a hard stop. I've got other commitments this week. Oh, can you do it next week and the week after that and the week after that? Well, no. This will be the week I'm going to be able to do it. Or yes, I could do it every Thursday for 2 hours, but let me check with my husband, my family, and make sure that that's going to agree with all of their plans. So you have to take your family into consideration when you make those kinds of plans. Work. I love to work. It's so easy to say yes to work. Work is fun for me. Maybe it is for you. Again, think, be planful. Look at your planner and say, okay, I really want to do this project at work, or I'm going to create this project for myself, or I'm going to commit to do this thing for my work. How is that going to affect my personal life? How am I feeling? How's my family feeling? For me, I am an adult with no children. I have a spouse to consider, and I have my own health to consider. How much do I want to put on myself at this age? How much do I want it? Not that I'm old. I don't think I'm old. But sometimes I see pictures of me and I go, woo, what happened? But my point is, you need to take everything into consideration. So, for any of these things that you've committed to, let's say you want to make yourself a new, I don't care what it is. You're going to sew an apron, you're going to crochet a blanket, you're going to paint a picture, you're going to create a piece of furniture, whatever it is, you need to look at your planner and say, when can I work on this? When do I get to work on this? I can work on it 2 hours on Thursday if I don't give that time away to the social commitment. Or I can't do it at all until next month because I've got a social commitment. Or I can't do it at all because I've given too much to work. So there's a balance. And I would say that it's personal, social, and work. And work is your work at home too. So you've got these 3 divisions. Personal would involve not just you, but your husband and your children. Social is those people outside of your family, and work is the work that you do in your home and outside of your home. So look at those 3 things and make sure it's balanced. Make sure that you're not giving your free time away or giving your family's time away. There are some people who want to delegate a lot of the things that they have to do. And there's nothing wrong with delegation. I highly encourage you to delegate. Don't do everything yourself. However, if you outsource a lot of your responsibilities that aren't as fun, you're going to lose something. You're going to lose something. It's like having someone do your homework. You need to do this work so that you can, I'll just give discipline of your children for an example. I'm not saying you're outsourcing the discipline of your children, but perhaps you're outsourcing the things you don't enjoy doing with your children. So maybe you're outsourcing homework, or you're outsourcing dinner, or you're outsourcing bath time, or whatever. These are opportunities for you. These are intimate times for you to relate to your child and to discipline in those times. Not just all fun with the kids. We're going to outsource. We don't want to outsource the discipline. And that's what ends up happening, because the not so fun things aren't so fun for the children either. And they're going to be disciplined by someone other than you. So my thing is, keep that for yourself. That's really important, and it's going to build your relationship with your children in that example. Okay, in your home, you certainly might want to outsource, if you have the funds, the cleaning of your home. But you wouldn't outsource the decluttering of your home. That's very personal. It's where you want to keep things. It's where what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of, and what you want to save and what you want to give away. This is very personal. You can, of course, outsource that, but you'll be living in such a sanitary condition, such a clinical space, that you lose some of your humanness. So the point of this whole conversation that I'm having with you is that you really need to have balance, and that you need to be careful of your creativity time. Because if you're outsourcing the things that aren't so creative or aren't so fun, you're going to be losing part of the ground that you need for yourself and your family. All right, so that's it for today. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope that you are really rethinking your week, and I hope that you remember that you are beautiful. So be beautiful.